So you guys should have received a bag, something like this. And the first thing I'm gonna have you guys do is just unload it and organize it, just to keep things going. I'll try to make a really quick video, but it's probably gonna be a lot longer than it's meant to be because I'm gonna be making the whole wreath, basically. But okay. So first thing to do is we're gonna make that hemp bow. So go ahead and open it up. You guys are gonna be cutting it a certain length. So some extra tools I should have mentioned at the beginning is that you should have to finish this are a glue gun, stapler, scissors, a ruler, and then wire cutters. And so go ahead and grab your ruler and your scissors, and you are going to be cutting 5 strips of 20-inch length ribbon pieces. Okay, now once you're done with that, set those aside. You're going to cut a 33-inch piece. Yes, 33-inch piece. Okay, so you're going to set aside that longer piece. And then lastly, you are going to cut like pretty sure it was 6 inches that I said. My last one. Yeah, you can do 6, you could do 7 if you want to be safe. You do have just a little bit extra. Not much though. Okay. Alright, and so to begin with, you're going to go ahead and you're going to staple and make loops. And so you're going to staple both edges together to secure the loop. If you guys did the craft with me, the spring craft, or let's see, we made a Christmas wreath last year, then you kind of know how to do it already. And then you're going to take all 5 of these strips and you're going to make loops and do the same thing, just staple them together. Okay, so once you're done with that, you are going to take your loops. You're going to keep this on the back side where you guys stapled. This is going to be the back of the bow. And so you're going to fold it in half. And then this is where the tricky part comes in. This is probably the hardest part of the whole wreath making process, is making this darn bow. But once you're done with this, it's a lot of fun. And so go ahead and fold it, and then you're going to pinch it a couple times to add a couple pleats in the bow. So it looks something like that, and it just gives it more volume when you pinch them all together. And you're going to be holding that with one hand. You're going to be doing that to every one and just stacking them together. But you're going to want to kind of turn your next piece a little bit to the left or right. So stagger them. And it's okay if you have to remake this bow a couple of times to get it right. I know the group that I did it with, I ended up actually having to do a few people's bows for them. You know, a couple of other people, it took a couple tries to get it right. And so it's starting to look like a bow a little bit. So what you should have is something like that. That does not look very good, but it will get better. And I should have mentioned that you should have got your long piece of wire from your plastic bag. So I'm sorry. I hope you watch this before you actually make it. You're gonna have different wire lengths in here. There's gonna be 3 medium ones, and then there's gonna be 1 longer one. So find your longer one, it should be bunched up. Sorry about that. You're gonna fold it in half, okay? And then you're gonna lie over the front of the bow. Okay, you're gonna squish it all down on the table, and you're gonna tie it as tight as you can, and then twist to secure them all together. And it's gonna look pretty crummy when you bring it up to begin with, and then you can just adjust it. So you're gonna twirl it around a couple times. You're leave a long string on one side. So that's what mine looks like as of right now. But then you're gonna play with it and fan out the ribbon pieces. Okay, good enough. So that's what mine looks like after you have separated all the pieces. And then you are gonna go ahead and take your little piece right there, little loop, and you're gonna just hot glue it to the middle of the bow. So it should start looking like a bow. All right, so go ahead and grab your long piece. You're gonna fold it in half. Okay. And then you have your ends, and they're together. And then you're gonna fold it again in half. I don't know if you can see that very well, but they should be folded in half one more time. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your scissors and you're gonna cut from the folded side, probably about, I'd say, 1.5 inches down, and you're gonna cut a triangle to the corner up here towards your wire, and that will make for even V's like that. They're all the same. Okay, so once you're done with that, you're gonna go ahead and separate it and create the angle that you want the ribbons to hang down. Some like it, you know, a little bit wider. I don't prefer that. So I don't know what to worry that is for angle, but that's what mine looks like. And then you're gonna take your ribbon and you're gonna hot glue this right underneath where we twisted that wire. Don't put it on the wire because we need it to be free so it attaches well to our wreath. And so, tip also is that make sure you are aware of the direction of the middle part. Make sure that it's lying this way. And then you're gonna put that directly down so that you know you need to do it right under. You don't want it like lopsided, your bow. So you have that, flip it over, go ahead and put a strip of glue on your ribbon piece, and then go ahead and glue it right underneath the wire so it can hang down. Okay, so next part is that you are going to secure your bow to your wreath, and you can put it wherever you want. Some people like it just at the base here directly. Some people like at the top. My last wreath I made, I actually put it to the side here. You could put it to the side up here. Honestly, I like it down here just because the ribbons hang down, but it's not right in the center. I'm probably gonna do that again, but you can honestly decide whatever you want, whatever works. And then what you're gonna do is you have your wire strips on the back of your bow, and you're gonna thread them through your grapevine wreath, through the twig branches, and then you're gonna twist it on the back. So that's what mine looks like as of now. Okay, and next I'm gonna set that aside, and I'm gonna go ahead and work on the accessories for the wreath. You guys have a bag with acorns in them. Go ahead and take those out. You can go ahead and take out your 3 wire pieces and lay them out. Okay, you guys should have 3 pine cones in your bags. So to attach the wire to the pine cones, all you're gonna do, super easy, is just wrap it around like a thicker part of the pine cone. It can honestly be wherever, and then twist it. And then that'll give you a stem to attach it to your wreath. So I would do that to all of them. This is just prepping it so that it's just easy and ready to go for later. All right, and then you guys should have 2 sticks in your bags as well. And what I'm gonna do, this is just extra, I thought it would look really cute, but go ahead and take your acorns and you're gonna glue 3 or 2 or 1 to the end of your stick. I'm sorry if they're really skinny. I thought it would look better than a thick stick in your wreath, but also I don't know. I did make it work with my last one, but it can be kind of tricky to get it to be secured. And then next what you guys are gonna do is you are gonna start with your greenery. That's what I do first, and then I build on top of that. So go ahead and grab your fern branches, and I like to start with the bigger ones first and then work from there. And what's nice about grapevine wreaths is that you can just stick them in, and you don't really need any extra wire necessarily to secure it. You can use hot glue, but I do have extra wire for you guys. I taped it on the back of your bag. I just want to make sure you guys had enough if you did want to use a little bit of extra wire to secure some of the branches so that they lay flatter, but you can use glue. So there's that option. And so, what was I gonna say? I don't remember, but I'm sure I will. So go ahead and just weave this in. I like to have them start close to the bow and then work out from there. So I will put my biggest piece on my top left part, and then on the right side of the bow, I'll stick my medium piece. And then you can layer on top of that. So I'm going to take then my next biggest piece and put it on the other medium one, and then my small piece on top of my large to make it a little more even. And you can put the greenery wherever you want. I always kind of stick it out from the bow, and then build my flowers on top of that. But there's no wrong or right way of doing it. There. Might get adjusted a little bit later, but for now, it's okay. I would go ahead and work with your bigger flowers first. So I would grab, you should have 3 larger mums. And again, like I'm kind of just showing you what I do, but you guys can do whatever you want. Stick them wherever. You might need to trim a little bit off with your wire cutters, the stems, because they're a little bit long, but long is better than short. But I also tend to have more foliage on the left side of the bow going up than the right side. I just like how it looks, I guess. Okay, and then you're going, and I think I'm gonna grab a few of the roses. Here's a tip. Also, I think I did this for most of your flowers, but I always push out the leaves to be as close to the bloom as possible, and it just makes it look a lot more fuller on your wreath. Not as many gaps. So, little tip there. At this point, this is what mine looks like. Okay, go ahead and cut apart your, mine looks a little bit different than yours probably. They sent me an odd one out of the whole batch that I ordered. So we'll see how this works out. But you're gonna go ahead and cut the ranunculus flowers that are orange, and then cut those wherever you want. I try to balance though my wreath, and so if there's one on one side, try to put one on the other side. I usually like though like maybe 2 on one side and 1 on the other side. Yeah, just your preference. All right, whoops, so there's that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do the pumpkins now. You guys should have 2 orange and 1 white. I would put, you know, a white and an orange on one side and then the other orange on the other side, but that's just my preference, I guess. Again, like some of the things are going to be kind of loose when you're sticking them in, and you can just go back and add some wire to secure it or hot glue it. Okay, so that's what it looks like right now. And then to balance out the white pumpkin, I'm gonna add my white flour to the other side. Okay. And then I would go ahead and weave in your eucalyptus wherever you feel like it needs a little bit more fill-in or pops of white. I have a little bit different one as well because I didn't have enough of the Anne's lace for me, so I just grabbed this one. And I mean, you put your queen size wherever. I think this side needs a little bit more white though to brighten it up. Okay, that's what that looks like. And then I'm gonna go ahead and weave in, last but not least, my pine cones and my acorns. There you got it. You guys should be all done. And the final touches, I would say, would just be to kind of fluff up your bow a little bit. Might have gotten squished in the process of making your wreath and flipping it back and forth. But good luck. I hope you guys enjoy it.